All right, all right. Aquí estamos. Señor Morpei,
Hola, hola.
straight from Bolivia.
You
What's
know
up,
it,
man?
Latino gang in the house. The house Latino gang in the house, bro.
Latino gang, that's what's up. We're drinking Suerte Tequila today. Still looking for that sponsorship. Maybe this is the week. We'll see that. We'll see about that.
Come on, suerte.
What do you drink usually? Is it tequila or is it something else?
You know what? My favorite drink, it's called Singani, which is a Bolivian liquor that is like made with grapes, like wine, but it's like a vodka. It is delicious. I know a friend of mine has a couple of bottles here in Miami, so I'm gonna try to come and make you try a little bit before I leave.
Yeah, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. So, talk to me. You like we met at Lubelski's show, and then found out we were both from Latin America, which is always a bonding experience.
Yeah.
Especially if you make electronic music.
Yeah.
There's three of us.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's very hard to find other producers from Latin America that left their countries to kind of pursue this. You know, there's a lot of talent, but there's not too many that are willing to leave, you know, and leave their families and leave everything behind to follow this. So always meeting someone that is doing music and loves the same type of music, and they're coming from sort of the same place, you know, it's always a bonding experience, like you were saying, you know, 100%.
No, yeah, man, it's special. I don't think you knew my music. I didn't know your music. I did listen to all of your stuff.
Yeah, same, man.
I really liked it. Different vibe from me, but I mean, I think we could still pull something together at some
yes,
point.
bro, we definitely have to do something.
I am making a lot more 4/4 stuff. I put out this last track, Not Again, on Dirty Bird. I got 2-track EP coming out, but I mean, that's going to be a while. I think it's March on this label. I can't even say right now.
All right.
And I'm working on 2 tracks with Nala.
Nala, she's the one that was at the party with us.
She's the one that was at the party. Right. Yeah, at the
What's up,
Lubelski
Nala?
party.
Shout out to you.
Shout out, Nala. Yeah. She came here, she recorded some really dope vocals, and I'm looking forward to getting those done. I'm just dialing everything in, and I think that's going to be pretty dope, man. So what are you working on right now musically?
Man, honestly, I haven't been doing music in probably 3 months, because as I was telling you before, right, I went to do a tour in South America in 2019, and the pandemic hit. Well, the pandemic didn't hit yet. I was about to come back, and then one of my homies was throwing this like festival in Carnival, and he was like, yo, you want to open for Sante and Hernan Cattaneo that are going to be playing at this party? And I'm like, fuck, I'm going to stay for a little longer. I haven't spent like time in Carnival in Bolivia in over 9 years, so I might as well stay. So I stayed, and then I was about to leave again. And then the same guys are like, yo, Another is coming into town. You want to open for them this day? And I'm like, okay. And the pandemic, the COVID situation was already like kind of in the surface. You know, it was yet just getting to the States, not in South America yet. So I was like, fuck it, let's do the show. And the next day they closed everything.
Nice.
So I've been in Bolivia for the past 2 years. I wasn't able to come back to my recording studio, so the first year and a half of the pandemic, I've just been sitting, not in my studio, but in my house, only with my computer and my headphones, and I think I made like 30, which I consider good tracks.
Wow, I mean, that's a lot of tracks.
Yeah.
That's a lot of tracks. I don't make 30 tracks in a year, like straight up. Not at all.
So I don't know, it was probably the whole thing of like being in a different environment and...
Maybe not mixing also... Or do you mix in your headphones?
Yeah. I mean, I had like I took good studio headphones with me, so I feel like you can get to a really proper mix when you really know the sound that you're using, right? And I would always send it to like friends so they hear it in their studios and be like, hey man, I don't have my speakers. This is the track I just finished. You know, let me know if you hear something that is like out of place, you know, or whatever, and I'm gonna try to fix it as much as I can. So once I would get the approval of the homies that I always send my music to, then I was like, okay, this is ready. And I was able to sign these tracks. I feel that is the best music that I've made so far, you know?
That's awesome, man. And do you have like a group of people, producers that you send tracks all the time?
Yeah, I mean, I have like several homies that I would always send the tracks to. One of them is my boy Gianba Carreza, who I started producing with 12 years ago. Like
did he make G House?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I know
exactly,
who he is.
yeah.
I know who he is.
So he's like, we started together, you know. He moved to Brazil. I moved to the States.
So you started a long time ago.
Yeah, probably like 12 years ago.
Is he from Bolivia?
Yeah, he's Bolivian.
Everybody
thinks he's Brazilian.
Yeah, I thought he was Brazilian. I thought he was Brazilian straight up. I lived through that era, and actually just a little bit ago, I got a demo from Doug English. Yeah. Like all these people from Sleazy G are returning.
Exactly.
I was on Sleazy G.
Same. My first release was on Sleazy G, man.
My first release was
Cheers
on
to that.
Sleazy
That's another
G,
thing in common.
Crazy.
That's funny. Yeah, that's funny.
That's mad.
Rob. What was his name? The owner of the label, Rob.
Rob.
Yeah, Rob.
I don't know his last name.
Shout out to you, Rob. My first release was with you also. Much love.
I mean, a lot of people miss that, but it was cool. It was a cool time. Because that was Chiva Sun's, I think, first release.
Yeah,
was on Sleazy G, and the first like Aminej and Dance stuff came out there before they were Cuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that sound was very dope. It got a little bit cheesy quickly, but there was a good amount of time where it was really dope, and it brought out a lot of producers. And personally, I really like what Cuff is now.
Yes, 100%.
I think it's really dope, and they just went another way with it. Some other people went the other way, which is more poppy, more EDM, but it was a good time. And then, I still got some tracks that I
you go back to hear those
Spotify
releases, and you're like, oh, dude, I can't believe that was.
I mean, it wasn't bad. I'm not embarrassed, but you can definitely. I think I'm actually very proud in a sense, because you know what, if you can go back and see that there is progression from where I started to where I am now, you have 100% proof that I make my own music and that I built this shit. But when somebody comes out from absolutely nowhere with no previous releases and now has like a incredibly high level track, that there's absolutely no way. Music production takes years, and it takes years of getting better and better with each song you make.
100%.
So it's okay. Go listen to it. That's fine. I'm okay with it. I think it's pretty decent. But you can tell.
Yeah, like if y'all want to laugh, like before Morpei, my alias was Agustin Morpei. And like that was some really shitty ass music. So like I'm just gonna say this straightforward. If y'all want to laugh a little bit, just go look for Agustin Morpei on Beatport and hear what I was doing when I was like 14 years old, you know?
Hey, you were on Beatport when you were 14. I wasn't on Beatport at 14, bro. I was partying. And I was studying and partying. That's all I did. I went to class.
We started partying at 13, by the way, in these type of countries.
It's like, At 14, I had a car
and 3 DUIs.
I drove. What are those?
What are those? Yeah.
That doesn't exist. That doesn't exist over there.
Yeah.
There's there's maybe a fee you gotta pay, but I don't think they even had breathalyzers in Venezuela.
Yeah, no, you just bribe the police, man. It's one of the curses and the beauties of these countries, like if you like to party, then it's really good. If you're like a serious person and you're like very conservative, then you're like, fuck that, but we love to party, so
I mean good. I think that in a sense it's not as crazy as it sounds. I lived in Milan when I was 10 years old, and I think the people that were 10 were doing more shit than
South Americans,
that Venezuelans and were doing until 20 maybe.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. It sounds crazy, but at the same time, the flamingo just died.
Goodbye, flamingo.
The flamingo just died.
That was Lubelski's fault.
Nothing like hanging out with Lubelski, like eating tacos and he's speaking Spanish. Oh, Portuguese he speaks.
I just remember he was like, dude, I'm gluten intolerant.
Oh,
so we went to eat, like gluten-free stuff, and I ordered something that had gluten, and he was like, man, are you going to finish that? And I'm like, bro, it has gluten. And he's like, I don't give a fuck, man. I'm still hungry. And I'm like, okay, go for it, But luckily, he's still alive.
That must have been a rough night for sure. For the man Lueski. He's a really dope guy. And
really good producer as well.
Yeah, man. Like, he really goes in. I like this album. I mean, just making an album is like, I would never do that.
Yeah.
I would not make an album. Like you're not gonna hear an album from me. If I ever make an album, it's gonna be released in
Separately.
7 EPs.
Yeah.
Because that's a crazy like endeavor as is. And also, I don't think that albums have that much staying power anymore. It's like
at least in electronic music, because I feel that what you're doing is like music for the dance floor, and like it depends. Because if you hear his album, there's a lot of music that is also different. Not necessarily club music, but music to listen to. Yeah. So I feel that makes sense, But I did release an album like a long time ago, probably like 5 years ago on Audiophile. It was like an
Audiophile. Yeah, it was an Audiophile too, man.
No way, bro. Jimmy and the boys.
Of
course. They did a great job.
It was an Audiophile XXL.
Exactly. And like the label fell apart. Like they don't have anything out yet. Yeah, I was super pissed because I had so much music on their SoundCloud and stuff, and like they just deleted everything. So that's not up there anymore.
I don't know why. I don't know why they did that. I think that was pretty. You could have just stopped releasing and just
but not delete everything.
Left that up there. I think even the stuff on Beatport is in there.
I don't know. Probably not.
I have a bunch of EPs. I have a couple of EPs with my friend Hunter Reed. Shout out Hunter Reed. And man, those tracks are good. Let's talk about something. Do you feel that you've made tracks that are the best tracks you've made, but those haven't resonated with people?
Yes. I feel that the tracks that I have that made it the higher in the charts and that kind of built my career over the last years were the tracks that I least expected, that they were gonna do that. And then tracks that I would like release saying, like, dude, like this is it, like this is it. Yeah. It wouldn't happen. So that's you just have to release the music that you have, if you put your work into it and you loved it and it makes you move, you just find a good label, or if you have your own label, just put it out. I feel that it also has to do with like those creative juices that are flowing sometimes, and I really feel that it's like a battery, so you'll be like very inspired, or at least this is what happens to me, I'll be very inspired for like a 3-month period, and I'll be just like cranking out tracks, and they're good, and I'm signing them right away to labels that I like, and it's gonna be 3 months like that. That's it's like the battery starts running low, and then once I feel that I'm getting in that kind of like anxious point where I'm like producing and I don't feel that it's working, I say like, okay, it's time to try to lock a tour, or it's time to travel, or it's time to go to a mountain and fucking just spend a couple of days there and try to recharge that battery life, and then you come back with like a really fresh perspective again, because you can get really burned out by sitting in the studio 12 hours a day, every day, month after month, and you're gonna be making really good tracks. And what happens to me is it gets to a point where that starts, like falling and falling.
But I think that's very self-aware of you.
Yeah.
Because I don't think a lot of people are able to understand understand the point where, hey, I need to stop, or I need to start. That's hard. My process, the first 2 weeks of the year, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that this year because I'm going to be in Europe, but the first 2 weeks of the year, I'll make 1 track a day. Not complete, not nothing, but I'll try to be as creative as possible. I'll try to figure out what stuff I have that's working, create racks and that. And at the end of that period, I'll have 15 tracks. And from those, I'll get most of the beats that are going to end up being my tracks for the year. Yeah. And also that gives me the possibility of saying, hey, maybe these are not that good. Yeah. Like now, my process, which might be crazy to some of you, is I want the loops to sound as close to a finished track as possible. I'll mix and master it, and then I'll play those 15 tracks everywhere and in my car, and I'll even ask people, like I'll send it to my friends, hey, which of these are your favorite tracks? Yeah, you gotta do it's like any business, you gotta do the little test market, And so before I spend a ton of time on one track, I already know, like, okay, these are the best 4 tracks off 15 or 20. Sometimes I'll be listening to something and be like, oh, this is dope. Like the last track I released, I just made it on the drum machine. Yeah. And it just flowed, just worked. That's
That's what's up. I mean, you always have
that's
to.
That's lovely though. That's the best feeling.
You always have to feel when it's like flowing, and you always have to realize when it's not flowing.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like from at least for me, I always start new projects and new projects and new projects. You always get to a point where you already have like a track that is like halfway there, and I'll be like, I don't think it's worth it for me to keep going with this track. I'm just gonna like go on another one. Hard. So from every 100 tracks that you make, you're only gonna release 10, at least for me, you know.
Yeah, it's hard to do that though. I think you're very good at that. I think you're very self-aware.
Yeah,
and that's a super good quality because I'm telling you, not a lot of people can listen to tracks and be like, all right, this is shit. Let me stop.
Yeah.
It's good. Why waste your fucking time?
Yeah, I'll just stop. I'll just be like,
that's good shit.
I'll just be like, I'm getting in this place where I just need to keep adding stuff to try to make it better.
Yeah.
But it just has to feel right the whole way of the process from when you started to the moment where you're there. And if you're not feeling that and you feel that you still need to add other stuff or take stuff out or whatever, it's not there, you know, then I'll just stop, start a new project, and if it flows, then I'll continue it. If it doesn't, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna make another one, you know. And it's like, dude, I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of projects, and I'm just gonna release, you know, like 15%.
Do you go back to your other projects?
Yeah, sometimes stuff? Like every once in a while I'll be like, all right, let's hear what I don't have, because I always tag them with colors, you know, on the folders in Mac. So if it works, I'm gonna tag it red. If it's so, I'm gonna tag it yellow. If
That's
it's
good.
not working,
I like that.
I'm just
gonna
gonna
start
leave
doing
it like
that. I'm gonna start doing that.
So every once in a while, I'm gonna go to all the yellow ones, and I'm just gonna open them. And maybe because I'm hearing them after a month or two, I'll be like, you know what? If I do this, this can work, you know. And then it turns into a red tag. You know.
That's a good idea. Like I just have playlists on SoundCloud, so that's way better. Sometimes you become a better producer too.
Yeah.
So I have beats that I've gone back to long after and already understood, oh, this is what was wrong. But when I made it, I didn't know, because I wasn't that good. My ear wasn't that good. I didn't have the understanding that I have now, and then I can close it out.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and that's a good feeling too, because that's like, oh shit, I improved. I was able to get this done. That was great.
Exactly. I mean, that always happens to me. Like even tracks that went all the way to like number 2 in the charts or number 10 in the charts, I'll hear them right now, and they did really well and whatever. But I'll go and I would hear them, and I'm like, bro, this is fucking shit. You know, I could have done so much better.
You can't be doing that, bro.
Yeah,
you're gonna get stressed out. It's bad. The other day I was doing my Twitch show, and I do it every Wednesday, and people send in tracks, and I just give them feedback. Yeah. But real feedback, like mixing feedback, because I'm here in the studio, I'm running it through SonarWorks, everything. And it was like, oh yeah, we can go check out one of my first tracks. Or no, it wasn't even my track. You know which one I checked? You remember the old Bicep? Did you like Bicep like way fucking back?
Yeah.
You remember Stripper?
No, probably not by name.
It's such a, like, it's so good. Oh my, I heard the mix here, and I was like, oh my God, this is so fucking bad. I mean, this is such a terrible mix. I can't believe I thought this was good. The track is good.
Yeah, sometimes.
So that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's incredible how your ear improves so much to the point where you listen back to something that you liked, and you just can't with the mix. It's fucking trash. And that's totally fine. If you go listen to my old tracks, of course the mix are gonna be a lot worse. But
but sometimes if the content of the art is really good, then kind of like the mix doesn't matter. I have a lot of tracks that I've been playing in my sets lately. One of them being it's from Men from the Nile, and the track is called I can't remember.
That in what, like an 80s, 90s track, or?
Yeah. It is like a 90s track. The mix is so bad, man. Like the mix is really bad. Like
sometimes I remaster old tracks. But with the Miami bass, like 808 stuff.
Yeah.
I'll just run it through my master chain. And you know, push a little bit of this, put a little bit of that, and
this track and another tracks like of the same style. Some new tracks as well that are that kind of style. Like this track in particular has such a bad mix, bro. Like the kick is so muddy, but I love playing it because
the feeling the people get.
Exactly,
That's
man.
it.
Like it's
That's
one of
it.
those tracks that it's
Yeah.
not to like make people jump or whatever, but it's one of those tracks that kind of bring like a love vibe in the dance floor,
Yeah.
and you see how people start hugging, you know, and people start smiling, but they're not like jumping or whatever. And the mix is terrible, but the content, the artistic content of that piece is so
Yeah.
good and so vibey that I'm still gonna play it, you know.
I get it. I mean, there's a lot of like I play a lot of juke sometimes. In my sets, I'll play basically ghetto house and electro in a mix of both, and that's like I like doing that because that's the music I like, and
Yeah.
also nobody does that set.
Yeah.
I like doing what you do, which is I grab old tracks, I put them in there, try to blend them in as seamlessly as possible. I spend a lot of time listening to see which of these actually has a decent enough mix to fucking work, and if not, then I'll try to remaster them. But most of the music I play, I find on Bandcamp, and oh man, the mixes on Bandcamp are terrifying, man.
Yeah.
They're really terrifying. But talk to me about tour, man. You've been touring. You have toured a lot.
Yeah.
What's your favorite city that you've been to, like club wise? Let's not talk tourism.
I really like the vibes of Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires. I've never been to
people. I don't know if just the fucking ecstasies in Buenos Aires is too good or what, but the vibes of that city, man, like it's so high energy. And I remember the first time I performed there, I was really confused when I was at the DJ booth, because like the crowd was moving differently than in the rest of the world, and I couldn't I didn't understand what was it. And then I realized that in most places, most people dance one side for every 2 beats, right? So they go like 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. But in Buenos Aires, everyone is dancing one side per beat.
Bam, bam,
so
bam,
they're just like moving really fast.
That's
but it's
how
like,
I do. When I mix, I'm like this.
Yeah, but it's everyone. Everyone is dancing like that, and everyone's jumping, and everyone's screaming, and
people were nice.
Yeah, people are nice. Yeah, the clubs are super nice.
What's the club I gotta go to?
Right now, I think the one of the best ones is Rio. It's called Rio in Buenos Aires. Then you had Crowbar. I don't know if Crowbar is still open.
Crowbar is like such a historic name.
Yeah. You know, like Crowbar is like let's say Space in Miami. You know, it's like it has this history behind it, and it's always been like the underground mecca of Buenos Aires. And there's a lot of clubs. I mean, it's a really big city, man. Buenos Aires is a really big city, and house music and electronic music is very embedded into their culture, you know. Like,
that's dope, man. I haven't been. It also feels like it's so far away.
Yeah.
So,
but it is so cheap right now, man.
Yeah, I think that's why I haven't gone, because I think that every time I think about doing that, my family is in Europe.
Yeah.
Is in Spain, so I end up there. And you know what? I'm gonna try and figure that out. I think that sounds cool.
Yeah, of course, man. You come to South America, you know, I can get you some homies to book you.
We should. I mean, honestly, dude, it's dope to have met you so much, and I hope a lot of you go check out his music and definitely support.
I always say, like, fuck genres, you know, like I never say I play a certain genre or that I'm gonna stick to a certain genre. You know, I feel that there's so many producers that get caught on that it's like I'm like a minimal deep tech producer, and I only do minimal deep tech because the other minimal deep tech producers are gonna like look me down if I do other shit or whatever. And I say like I don't care about genres. But like,
you know what? I think that's more ours, like Latin America, and Europe, because here in the States people are pretty chill about stuff. Right? Like,
here people are way more chill.
They're not really asking about like, I only make minimal deep tech alternative.
Yeah, they always use the word
like,
fino. Like fino, how would you say fino in English? Like proper. They always say like, oh, this is not fino, you know, like whatever. So you're like, fuck, I don't care, you know.
I think that's us. To be honest, I think that's us. Europe is also a lot more snobby. That's a fact. I mean, I notice that a lot just going out. I like the vibe here a lot. I like both vibes, but over there, the listener is also very, very cultured to the point where they're like, oh, that dude fucked up this mix.
Yeah.
And
that was cheesy.
They'll fucking boo.
Yeah.
They'll boo people, like big people. They'll boo them.
Yeah.
if they fuck up. Like that doesn't happen here. Like if here the music stops, people will start clapping. Like, yeah, what's up? And I think that's dope. I think it's cool to be just relaxed and having fun. Just have a good time.
Yeah.
You know?
Just good vibes, man. That's what it's all about. Yeah.
What's the craziest thing that's happened to you on tour? Or
Oh God, bro.
On tour that you can actually not go to jail by staying on a podcast.
God, I mean this last tour in Bolivia was so wild, man. Like so many bizarre situations. Like let's see what can be one really funny story from this last tour. Probably in this city, Cochabamba. I don't know if you know Ophir from LA. Is like this guy that plays the guitar during his DJ set, or Mesa, this girl that DJs like progressive and techno. So they were like, oh, we really want to go to this tour you're doing in Bolivia with your brand. Like we'll finance our trip.
What's your brand?
Oh, it's a booty loop, which booty means, booty is like a slang that like my grandfathers used to use in my city for like a really long party, right? So they would say like, let's go to the booty. So I like wanted to bring that word back and have a name that didn't exist. So booty loop was like the perfect combination.
You throw parties in Bolivia and also in the States?
Yeah, we throw parties in 5 cities in Bolivia, and we've done parties in LA, in San Diego, and in Oklahoma City. We did a huge house party in Oklahoma City, man.
That's dope.
Like I couldn't because when I moved there, I studied in Oklahoma. Like people didn't really listen to house music at all. It was like country, hip hop, and dubstep. But yeah, I tried throwing like 3 house parties before Booty Loop. The first one didn't go well at all. The second one went really well. Even the Thunder players went to the party, like Westbrook, Kevin Durant. Like they just walked in, and I was like, dude, what the fuck are they doing here? You know, like I couldn't believe it. But the guys that I partnered with like did some really bad moves, you know. So I said I give up on this city. I'm not gonna try to do more house parties in Oklahoma.
I get you.
And then we started Booty Loop in Bolivia, and it was a really big hit, you know, for the scene in the country. So then I was like, now that we have all these after movies, you know, with like 1,200 people at the party, you know, and big headliners, let's bring it to Oklahoma. And I partnered with the drummer from the Flaming Lips.
Oh, shit.
And the guy that used to do all the dubstep events. And we did a Booty Loop in Oklahoma, and it was like a full house. We took Golf Clap, Dead Space, the owners from Audiophile, Jimmy and Chris, and then me, and it was like a great party. And now there's like small venues that are doing house music in Oklahoma City.
That's dope.
So I was super nice, super unexpected. But this last tour with Booty Loop, like so much stuff happened. Like my partner almost died because he like was drunk running outside of a strip club, you know, and hit his head so hard that he had to get 19 stitches. And the next day at the party, these Bolivian gang members showed up at the party, right? Like this really serious gang, right? And I'm performing.
Narcos Bolivia.
Yeah, dude, I'm just performing, and I like look at the dance floor, and I see that somebody punches my partner in the face with his 19 stitches in the forehead. Oh, so I'm like, God damn, I like get out of stage. I run to the dance floor, and everybody grabs me, and they're like, dude, like you go keep performing, you know, we got you. So
you don't wanna get into a fight with a narco.
No. So the party's over. The music is over, but nobody's leaving, and everybody looks so scared. It's like 400 people. Everybody looks scared out of their asses. So I like go get down from stage, and I ask like, yo, what's going on? You know, what happened? Nico, are you okay? Like, what happened to your forehead? Like, what's going on? And then they tell me, you know, bro, there's like 30 gang members outside, just waiting for people. Like, we don't know. Like, nobody wants to leave. My other homie had his shirt cut open because they tried to like cut him with a knife, and he like stood back, and they only got his shirt.
Yo.
And this is the first weekend of these friends that got to Bolivia from LA, you know, so they're like, dude, this is some bizarre ass place.
That's the thing when Americans or Europeans come to Latin America,
it's so bizarre, you know.
They just don't understand. Dude, I was with my girl in Colombia, and she was just like with her camera and her phone out and so much stuff. I was like, I understand that this is safe, but you just don't remember. So just put the phone away. I get that it's safe. It is a lot safer. It's not Venezuela. In Venezuela, you're done. But there is this like sixth that you have if you lived in that sort of situation? Like, I'm always looking back, looking forward, is this the same car that was there a few blocks ago?
Yeah.
Is this the same guy that passed
Yeah, you have
me
to be alert,
or not?
basically,
And you know, if I take out my phone, I'll take out my phone and put it in my pocket again, front pocket.
Yeah.
Like, some friends of mine came to Venezuela when it wasn't as crazy as it is right now.
Yeah.
She got pissed off at her boyfriend, and she says, "I'm gonna walk back." And I just said, "I mean,
No.
you're gonna die."
Yeah, yeah, don't. You know? Yeah.
You're dead.
You have to lower your chances of getting mugged as much as you can, you know.
Like,
it's not that you're gonna get mugged for sure, but it's like you wanna lower the percentage of the risk that you're going.
Yo, you're gonna walk back. You're gonna walk on the street at 2 a.m. To your hotel, and you're blonde and you're wearing a fucking dress.
Yeah, no.
You're dead.
Yeah, don't.
I'm so sorry. You're dead. I sort of got it after.
Yeah.
You're not like all the time seeing people going through shit.
Yeah.
But believe me, if you walk back from a club by yourself, it's over.
The chances are very, very high, you know. So you want to lower those. Risk as much as
you
you
want to have
can.
a shitty car. I had the shittiest car.
Yeah.
I didn't have any. Even this, like, this is like a good luck chain. I didn't have this. I don't wear a watch. The less people see you, the better.
Yeah, but you know what's the funny thing in this part? It was like it was a really good environment. You know that like it was a really nice crowd.
And it's not, it is safer in Bolivia, right?
Yeah, it's really safe, but
you can walk.
Yeah, but for some reason these guys showed up at the party, you know, and they weren't from the same crew that goes to these parties at all. You know, they were completely a different social circle.
They're probably looking
like
for
everything.
Somebody, right?
No, they just went to party because they like house music, right?
All right.
And my homie, I think apparently he was really drunk, and because it was his party, he was probably, you know, like acting with his nose up, you know, and stuff like that. They got pissed, they got on a fight, whatever. So I
also in Latin America, if you talk shit,
there's no fight one-on-one either, you know, like it's like it's 100 people getting the fight, you know?
If you talk shit, somebody's gonna
punch you, or a lot of people are gonna hit you.
Like, people don't realize that as well. And write that down. Don't be talking crazy.
Good vibes always. Love is the answer. I mean, love is the answer.
100%. It's better to just have a good time and avoid that sort of stupid thing. That's for sure.
But what happened with this event was that I get out of stage, you know, and everybody's scared. So I like go to the venue's door and I look outside and there's like 25 gang members outside, like with the tattoos in their forehead, you know, like the whole thing. And I'm with Ophir. Shout out to Ophir, this homie from LA. His first weekend in Bolivia, you know, his first day, my partner splits his head open, you know, and 2 days later all this shit is happening with the gang members. And we're like, I look at the door and they're all just looking at me, and I look at my homie from here and I'm like, bro, we gotta go talk to the gang members.
Oh, you like, gotta go talk?
Yeah, I'm like, we gotta go talk to them. You know, like we have 400 people waiting here. Like whenever I do tours of my brand, I don't drink. You know, I like nothing. You know, I gotta be focused. I gotta do accounting at the end of the party, so I gotta be 100, right? So I go like, bro, we gotta go talk. And my partner is like wasted. Everybody's wasted, right? So I go and I go, we gotta go talk to the gang members. And he looks at me and he goes, are you fucking out of your mind, bro? Like, this is my 3rd day in Bolivia. I'm not gonna go talk to no gang members outside of the club.
Like you were talking to your American DJ
to my
friend,
American
and you
DJ
told
friend.
him
that
you were gonna go talk to?
Like I told him, we gotta go, like come with me. And he's like, you're fucking crazy. And I was like,
of course not, man.
I was like, bro, trust me. Like we're not part of the problem, you know. They're probably good people in their hearts or whatever. They're not gonna do anything to us if we didn't have any problems.
But you can't have them talk. Like, you could talk.
No, so we go. We're like, okay, let's go. And we start like slowly walking outside, you know, looking at them in their face, and the security guards are like, yo guys, what are you doing? And we're like, don't worry, it's okay. And we walk out and they all look at us and they go, that was a fucking amazing set, yo. They start screaming and shit. And we're like, yo, what's up, guys? They didn't know the guy from the problem was my partner, right? They just thought I was like the DJ that was performing when all this shit went down. And Ophir was playing the guitar during my set. So I go and start talking to them, and they're like, yo, we have this tattoo shop. We'll give you guys some free tattoos or whatever. We have some really good LSD, like take LSD with us. And I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, I'm in my mind trying to see like how am I gonna tell them that this guy is my partner and that we don't want any problems. So we're like, you know what, I'll take a little bit of that LSD, you know, like of your LSD, yo, offer you want some. He's like, okay. We take a little bit, we talk to them for like 30 minutes. This shit is starting to hit, you know, and I was like very new into that, but it was like something that I felt I needed to do to bond with these people.
Yeah, not get killed too.
Yeah, because I have 400 people inside, like scared out of their lives. They don't want to leave the venue, and it's already daytime. Like it's already 6 a.m., you know, like it's sunny outside. And talking, we go like, yo, guys, by the way, like everybody is scared because they don't want to leave because all of you guys are out here. And the guy that you had the problem with is my partner, you know, so like, what's up? And they're like, bro, everybody's chill. Like, tell everyone at the venue that they can leave. Like, nothing's going to happen. But your friend and this other friend and this other guy, we're going to kill them. Looking straight at my eyes, we're going to kill these guys. And I was like, fuck, you know, like, what are we going to do? And Ophir is just like looking at me like, what do they mean matar? Is that kill? And I'm like, yeah, bro, they want to kill these guys, you know?
Yo.
So we're trying to call the police. The police is not answering because it's Bolivia, you know, like there's no way the police is going to answer at 6 a.m. So I go inside, I tell everybody at the venue, like everybody can go. Don't worry, nothing's going to happen. So all the girls leave, like everybody leaves.
Yeah.
And it's just the security guards, the venue owners, and these 3 homies that are the ones that were in the problem with the gang members. And these are like very private school kids, you know, like, and there's like 20, it was like 20 gang members at the beginning, and every 20 minutes like 5 more would arrive, and then 2 more would arrive, and then it's 30, and then it's like 32 gang members, and they're just like fucking growing in numbers by the second. So I started mediating the whole thing, right? And while I'm mediating this thing, this LSD is like fucking starting to kick in, you know?
Yeah, sad. There was no back door for your friend to just get the fuck out?
No. So like I go inside, I go like, hey guys, like what are we gonna do? They're like, tell them that we're sorry, you know, that we don't want any problems. I go back to
what do they do?
Dude, they like, the hours go by, it's 7 a.m., it's 8 a.m., it's 9 a.m., and I'm going back and forth. And I'm very like energy sensitive at that moment because of what happened, right? So I'm going inside and I feel my friends fearing for their lives, and then I go back outside and I just see like pure evil that want to kill my homies, you know? And I'm just mediating the whole thing until they tell me, you know what, bro, we're tired of your mediating or whatever. Stop, because you're going to become part of the problem, and we're going to make your artists from the States become part of the problem, so you better get the fuck out from here.
Stop, man.
And I'm like, okay, I'm out. I'm gonna go to the empanadas spot right around the corner, so I'm still able to like look at the situation. And I'm getting just like voice messages from my homies crying, hiding behind the fucking beer coolers in the venue's kitchen.
Yeah, we'll fucking sleep there.
Yeah, and it's no, because the venue is like kind of open, right?
Oh.
So there was a way for them to get in, and they found a way to get to the house next door. And they tried jumping through the wall of the house next door of the venue, and there were more gang members on the other side of the street. So they saw they were trying to escape, and they started jumping inside the venue. So now the gang members are getting inside the venue, and I'm getting these messages from my homies just crying and shaking, you know, like, bro, please, you have to get the police or whatever. And it's like 50 people from the city that are trying to like save these homies somehow, right? Like, we're all trying to call the police. We're all trying to call, like, we even went to talk to a sicario friend of ours that is, like, known, you know? And he was just standing on a corner, drunk as fuck, this old guy. And we're like, hey, dude, this is going on with this group of gang members that they, of course, know each other. Like, we just need to scare them. And he, like, took his gun. And he was like, dude, I'm gonna go shoot all these motherfuckers, like, whatever. And we're like, dude, let's get the fuck out of here, you know? Let's go. Like, let's go. We don't want any guns right now, you know? Like, so we go back to the empanadas spot that is around the corner, and we just keep seeing how they're multiplying, man. And the moment they get inside the venue, the gang members, the police arrive.
Oh my God.
Like at 9:30 a.m. And they take all the gang members outside, but they can't arrest them because they are connected, right, to the police as well. So they just take them out. They like put them in this little circle, and they grab my friends. And what my friends were saying in that moment.
Wait up though. Your friends live there, right?
Yeah. So
they're fucked.
No. After that, something happened after that cooled everything out, right? But that day.
What, money?
No. Like that day, like they get out. We go meet with them to an apartment with other 50 people, like at 9:30 a.m. None of us have slept. We were all worried, all morning. I'm with my friend from the States that he's like, bro, like I love Bolivia. He was like, I love this shit. Like, this is so crazy.
What? I thought he was probably having a heart attack.
Bro, he loved it. He loved the adventure.
He was like, I'm in Narcos Bolivia.
Yeah, bro. He loved the fucking adventure.
Fucking go.
He's one really crazy cat as well, so that's why he liked it. But what they would tell us is that they thought that the police were the gang members trying to open the kitchen door. So they found these like camera tripods, right? 3 camera tripods, and they were gonna use them as their weapons. And they were like hitting each other, like between my 3 friends, just yelling, "Adrenaline, motherfuckers! Adrenaline!" Just scared out of their lives. But whenever the door gets open, is the police, and the police go like, "You guys have to get the fuck out from here! Like, run now!" So they leave, they call us, they say, let's meet at this apartment. They tell us the story while they're crying, at 10 a.m. And that was like one of the crazy stories from the last tour. There's like a lot more crazy stories, but that's like probably one of the craziest.
I mean,
yeah. And 1 week later, like only one of these homies lived in that city. The other 2 lived in another city, so they didn't have any problem. But 1 week later, I get a picture from this homie hugging the fucking gang members at a bathroom, because he found them at a venue's bathroom, and he got super scared. And he was like, "Yo, I'm sorry guys, let me buy you some drinks." Like, I was super drunk, and then they became homies.
That's fucking insane.
So now it's all chill. Yeah.
I mean,
that friend wanted to move out, man.
Yeah.
He was scared,
he went out.
Yeah.
He went out. I would have.
Shout out Pedrito, man.
I would have stayed. I would have stayed in my house. 100%. I would have stayed in my house. Get the fuck out, man. That's crazy, dude.
It was a crazy story. And even today, like, I'll speak with Afir that I actually have to meet with him in LA. I haven't seen him since that tour, because it was after that tour that I got stuck in South America for these last 2 years. So he's like, "Man, I'm gonna be waiting for you in LA." And he said that everywhere he goes, he tells the story of like his tour in Bolivia, because he toured with us for 4 weeks, and every week at least 2 really crazy, bizarre ass stories like would happen. Man.
I think if you are, Latin American, there, like, how to handle a lot of situations that most people don't. Especially getting stopped by police officers or the army, and trying to just hang out and give them some money. And, like that's sort of stuff that usually people from first world countries are not used to.
Yeah, man, it's bizarre, man. Places like Bolivia, like Venezuela, is just like very bizarre, No, I think that's the word.
I don't know. I think that usually you don't really get into a fight or anything like that, or because that repercussions are real, repercussions are real, and you don't want to be in that sort of situation.
Not even the repercussion, you just don't want to stain your vibe, bro.
I mean, for sure, but it's not the same. Like, you can there can be a problem somewhere else, and you're not gonna die.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I mean, that's a pretty fucking important point. There's
Man, my homie had his shirt cut open.
I mean, that's fucking, and he went, but he's crazier than anybody, because he went out the next week.
Yeah, no,
I would have been in my house. Just like, I'm never leaving my house. I'm not leaving my house for a long time.
Yeah, no, luckily this homie, like the homie that is the one that lived in that city, he's a fucking crazy motherfucker.
That's insane. Like, I would have not left my house. Straight up, not.
Also, like 2 days after that, he got like kicked in the chest by a stripper, because he, this is how crazy this homie is, right? Like, he would like go to the strip club, and he would just like walk around, and he would like talk to all the strippers and go like, "Hey, honey, how you doing?" And whenever the girl would like extend her hand, he would go like this, and then go do the same to another stripper. And he does that with everyone, right? But you're right there. You're at a strip club, and the strip clubs in Bolivia are run by like the fucking Bolivian mafia, or whatever. Like, it's not like a businessman that it's like open his venue or whatever,
Nice.
So I'm like, "Pedro, stop doing this, like, you're way too drunk. Like, what the fuck?"
No.
And he sits in front of the main show on a chair, and he's just standing there. And there's this girl is completely naked. She's wearing really high heels, but she's naked. And she just like goes right in front of him, shows him the middle finger, and just fucking kicks him in the chest in front of the whole venue. and he just falls off his chair, bro, with a fucking the high heels marking his chest. All the strippers, everyone at the venue is just like standing up and yelling and clapping, you know, because they just kicked him in the chest, and he was being like super annoying the whole night with everyone.
So the dude tried to get a high five, and then he got kicked in the chest. Yeah, that's the way. I mean, it could be like that.
Yeah, bro, that was an epic, iconic moment.
What a dude. What
Yeah.
a dude. Like, the craziest thing I've seen lately, I played this, like, festival in the middle of the woods, and the owners of the farm, like, came up, and, like, the dude had a gun, and he was, like, trying to shoot the speakers. Because he was like,
What?
oh, you guys got to stop this shit now. And I didn't, like, I barely fucking,
He wanted to shoot the speakers.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
He was
God,
like, "Oh,
bro.
you guys had to stop. It's too loud." And then like he pulled his gun out and shit. I was like, "Yo, this is crazy." But I you know, I never felt like I was gonna get shot.
Yeah.
I know DJs that go play La Romana. You know, clearly they're getting booked by some narcos on yachts and shit, and they go play that and they get paid like $5,000 for just a free trip and some wildness.
Yeah.
But they know what they're doing. I don't think it's smart, you know?
Yeah.
Because if this dude wakes up that day and he doesn't like you, you're done.
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
Just like that situation, like you maybe bump into some dude that's not the right guy.
Yeah, and you never know even especially in this world, you know, because the electronic music world is like very hardcore. You know,
we're doing such a great job promoting South America right now.
Everybody's
Just
gonna be like, bro, we gotta go there. Like, what the hell? We gotta go there. What are these guys talking about? We gotta go to South America.
Just be smart about it, right?
Yeah.
Don't just go hang out, have a good time. Don't get aggressive with anybody. And if somebody tells you that's my girlfriend, just leave her alone.
Yeah, exactly. Rule number 1, bro. Don't mess with people's girlfriends in South America.
Leave her alone.
Yeah, or anywhere.
take a step and just find another one or another guy or whatever you're into that is not taken.
Yeah.
That's not a risk you're willing to take.
Unless no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Don't do it. Especially if you're not from there.
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
Yeah, but it's funny, man. I liked, like, before this, I would go at least once a year and go to at least 3 different countries.
Yeah.
In South America, and I love these bizarre experiences, you know. So it's like, for some reason,
the warmth, man. The warmth.
No, not the warmth. I mean, like, all these type of stories about, like, the police.
I'm not talking about the weather. I'm talking about just the warmth of the people. Just the movement. Like what did I mean? I was just in Colombia. That was fun, but it was more of a tourism thing.
Yeah.
But I went to DF, Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I love that spot.
Yeah, I haven't been to Mexico.
I love it, man. I love it. I just had tequila and mezcal everywhere, and just amazing food. And it's just a really nice spot. And
it's cheap.
And it's cheaper, way cheaper than here.
Yeah.
Way cheaper than LA.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
dude, Argentina, for example, like if you go with dollars right now.
But let's be honest, Argentina is pretty dangerous too.
I mean, it always like it's like anywhere, you know. Like if you go to LA and you go like to Hollywood, like you're gonna be chill. But then if you walk around Skid Row at 3 a.m., then it's dangerous as fuck.
It's different. There's somebody's gonna steal my phone danger, and there's I'm gonna get kidnapped or die.
Exactly.
Then that's a different kind of danger. But anyways, I'm bringing this up because I'm really in love with the F, but at the same time,
you're really scared about it.
No. Like at the same time, we were just sitting there, like just drinking some mezcal, going hard, and the people right next to us, like, went wild. Like, we stepped away and the cops came. The dude ran away from the cops in the car with his girl, and and he literally got fucking killed in front of us.
Damn.
Because that's the thing. It was like, it was cool. It was a good time. I like the food. I like this.
But now you have PTSD.
You know, I don't have PTSD, but it's like, there's also that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, there's also that. And I mean, I would actually think about moving to DF. I think it's cool. It's also very close to LA. So you could live there, save a lot of money, eat really well, live really well, and just go play LA and go play the West Coast. Yeah. There's also the shooting part.
Yeah.
It's also
there's also the shooting part.
It's also there. Right. Hey, I mean,
yeah, in Bolivia, there's
running
not,
away from the cops. It's not smart.
I did it,
Not a good idea.
but they didn't shoot me. I just paid some money. That's the way it works in Bolivia. I'm not going to jail because I already paid for it. And I don't think I can go to jail here for saying that because it happened in Bolivia.
So I mean, if you didn't go, it doesn't really matter. The thing is,
no, I mean they ended up. I think I told you the story. Like they ended up like catching me.
Oh yeah.
So they take me to the police station, and I'm like wasted and whatever. And the police is like, "Oh my God, it's you again, bro." So I'm like, "How much do you want?" He's like, $300. I'm like, "I only have 100." He's like, "Okay."
$300, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have $300 in Venezuela, that's like you buy this dude a fucking house.
Yeah.
But
the Argentina as well, that's where I was going, you know, like Argentina.
Oh yeah.
The economy is so fucked in Argentina. If you go with $500, you're gonna live for a month like an absolute king, bro. Like you're gonna ball hard as fuck. You're gonna get bottles, you're gonna get tables, you're gonna have a nice apartment, like all this. But you need to go like with $500 a month, you're a baller in Argentina. So I mean, it's not good that the economy is so fucked, but if we go from here there, then it's super good, you know.
Let's talk about some music.
Yeah, let's get with too many crazy stories. Let's talk about music production.
Let's talk about some music. So talk to me about your setup a little bit. Like how do you like to make music? Do you make music in your computer? What do you use? What's the stuff that you like the most? Well, like I have a lot of people that are starting or just in music production. So they love to hear about what's a synth that you're using, what's your process. Let's say let's make it easy. What would you tell yourself when you started? Like what are the key points in music production?
I mean, I have different approaches. One of the one I think I like the most is I always try to listen to stuff that is going to inspire me. Not necessarily, you know, like other people's music, but like just going on a rabbit hole on YouTube of like just people speaking, you know, until I find like something that catches my ear that is like, oh, that phrase is really good, you know, or that sax solo is really good. Or I go to Splice and try to find what's going to be the main part or the hook of the track before starting the track, right? So once I have that thing that is going to be the main element of the track, I'll put it in on Ableton, and then I'm going to start building around the main element. And the way I like to word it is to shoot the arrow and then paint the target around the arrow instead of having the target and then shooting the arrow and trying to make it aim to the middle, you know?
So you have basically a concept of what you want to do before you start wasting your time. Maybe that's why you make tracks so fast. Yeah. Because you already have an idea of where you want to be before you even do it.
Yeah, like I'll be listening to a podcast or whatever, you know, or like a guided meditation or just like some random music on Spotify.
What's your favorite podcast?
Joe Rogan.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, people are gonna fucking hate you for that.
Why?
I don't know. I think people hate on Joe Rogan a lot.
I mean, I don't hate or love Joe Rogan, but I think he has like some of the best
people
guests.
On? Yeah. I like Joe Rogan. I think Joe Rogan is cool.
I think he's good interviewing, and I think the people that he gets on the show always have something to teach you.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, it's cool how he does that.
And I'll always get like good samples from it. So
I think that he uses the podcast as his learning tool. If he's into something new, he'll go get somebody.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I haven't heard it in a long time. Ever since he's on Spotify, it's like I don't really want to. Like I watch clips and shit every once in a while, and I'm into MMA a lot, so that's why like I'm into Joe Rogan basically. My favorite podcast is King and the Sting.
Haven't heard of it.
It's Theo Von. You know Theo Von? He's a comedian. It's just funny. It has nothing to do with music. It's just
like good vibes.
It's funny. Right. It's just a bunch of comedians and they have a good time. When it comes to like music production, oh man, I'm gonna put here the name of the podcast that I like. But there's one. These guys, they make trap and hip hop. They do a lot of good interviews. There's one interview about this dude. They were interviewing him because they thought that he quit music. but he didn't. He just went independent, and he talks about his whole system, about how he makes money as an independent artist. And he's like, yeah, you guys might have not heard about me, but the people that I have pay for these tickets, and I get 100% of the royalties. I'm gonna link it either here or below so you guys can see it, but it's such a good talk. Super important to actually have an idea of what you're able to do, because people think that you need to be Carl Cox to make money and to survive and make music. But there's a lot of other ways to do it, and there's a lot of other cuts that you can do.
And I feel that you always have to do a lot of stuff, you know, that is gonna support each other. Like I produce, like that's my main love, my main passion, to make music. I love to perform. I love to DJ. I like to curate a vibe and the energy of a dance floor. I love doing business, you know. I love throwing my own parties. I love booking artists that I like into my country.
I hate throwing parties, bro.
It is stressful, man. It is
so much.
Very stressful.
It's a lot of work. And not a lot of payoff. And just like time consuming, right? But I think the parties that you're throwing are a lot bigger than the ones that I was throwing. I just wanted to have a spot once a month where I could just have fun with my friends. But it ended up being
into really stressful stuff.
And it ended up being this whole thing, so we stopped. And also, everybody blew up a lot. So you can't just have them back on the weekend. All right, let's do some like rapid fire shit. Like, all right, let's go 808 or 909 or
909.
909. Digital or analog?
Analog.
CDJ 2000 Nexus with a 900 mixer, or CDJ 3000 with a 10 mixer?
The first option.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I think I agree with that one.
They just asked me at sound as well if I wanted to, like, what setup I was, if I was down to play with an X-Zone. I have to have effects, so just I need the RMX in there, you know, like I need.
Oh, you play with the RMX thing on top.
Yeah, I mean, they want, because I'm not headlining and the headliners ask for a mixer that doesn't have any effects on it. I had to right. I need effects, you know. I need to be able to loop tracks and like try to make my own track within the loops, you know, and I need effects for that. I need everything.
So, okay, MIDI or audio?
Audio. Yeah. Of course, you have to do both.
Okay, saturation or distortion?
Saturation.
Yeah, 100%. Club or festival?
That's a good one. I think I like playing more. I like the vibe to perform at a club more, but I have a better time at a 3-day festival, you know.
A 3-day festival?
Yeah, like I like going to a festival more than I like going to a club, but I think I like performing at a club more than I like performing at a festival. You know what I mean?
And I think this one doesn't really work with you, but black on black or tech house tea?
Tech house tea.
Tech house tea, bro. Tech bros. Tech bros in the house.
Yeah.
So Splice or Loop Cloud?
Splice.
Yeah. Splice it is. Ableton or FL?
FL. No, I'm just kidding. Ableton for sure, bro. Yeah, I really love Ableton.
Look, I've always been Ableton. I like Ableton, but it's kind of crazy that Ableton is like $1,000.
Yeah.
And Logic is like $70.
Yeah. Yeah, like I just ordered a new computer because I have like a 2015 MacBook Pro that is about to die because I like took it on tours since 2015. So it's like in its last run. So I had to order a new computer today. And whenever you get the new Mac or any new Mac computer, it asks you if you want Logic Pro installed on it already from the moment you buy it. And I was like, no, I'm just gonna get Ableton. Again, I love Ableton.
All right.
What are you using? Ableton as well?
Yeah, that's the only thing I use. I only use Ableton. Yeah, if you want to check out everything that's in my studio, I'll link it right here.
He's gonna link it right here on my right nipple.
I'm gonna link it on his right nipple.
Just click on my nipple.
Before we step out, where can the people follow you? What have you got coming up? How can they support you right now?
You guys can support me mainly on my OnlyFans account. Just kidding. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, Spotify, SoundCloud. You can go check my releases on Beatport. It is Morpei, Morpei. The name is from my two last names. I'm Morales Peinado, so that's the secret. right there. And really hope you guys enjoy the music. Really hope to see you in a show in your city soon. And I really appreciate the invitation, man. And it's been a real pleasure.
Much love, man. Much love. Thank you so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. I look forward to hanging out with you a lot. This show is basically sponsored by shopbrokenenglish.com. That's where you can cop the merch. You can check out all my stuff at E.R.N.E.S.To's Beats. I'm gonna link it right here. And that's been it, man.
Nice, man.
You want one of these? I'll get you one of these,
dude,
man.
Fuck yeah. I'll get you one of my tech house tees.
Or if I wear that, it's over. Yeah. It's over for you. It's over for you guys. Much love, man.
Same, man. Thank you, guys. Mucho amor. That was great, bro. I really appreciate it, man.